When you seek God, all things pursue you. And that is why no man cannot fake God. No matter how crafty, how smart you are, God is a wise God. In those days, I pity people who suffer a lot. In those days, when I would be going before the Lord and making lamentation and accusing God, why is people poor? Why is people this? Why is people poor? And the one answer has been repeatedly almost about 8 years of my life comes. They choose to be poor. 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 Bishop Oyedepo said, and I quote him, he said, there is nothing I'm going to tell them that they don't know. They don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 19. They don't want to do it. He said, I call the heaven and the earth to be a witness between me and you. Blessings and curse. Therefore choose. Life and death. Choose. Inasmuch as God wants you to prosper, God cannot impute prosperity on you. Your activities is a function of your choice. Your activities is a function of your choice. Choose to serve God. Choose to serve God. A child who is ready for school on Monday morning will iron the school uniform on Sunday evening. A child who is ready for school on Monday morning will iron the school uniform on Sunday evening. How well prepared are you? At this age of your life, at this economy, people have to follow you up with phone calls. People have to ring in things for you to. You have not placed value on God. That's why your state of value have not gone up. When you place value on God, you will see it. You have not placed value on God. I have a friend who traveled around. He can't stay one place. He always wants good comfort, moving around, travel around. And quickly have a chat with a lady and move away. Before you know, he saw opportunity, one lady like that jump on the lady. Before you know, he enter UK. As then as yesterday, he have come back to Benin again. He was thinking that what he will get to UK over 3 months will help him to start a ministry. After going to UK almost about a year plus, he have nothing to show up. Now listen to me, except the Lord build it. The builder build, and in vain that build it. You cannot maneuver things to serve God. You either be for God or forget it. You either be for God or forget it. God prosper. God favor people. God raise people. Listen to me. God raise people. In 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 8, he lifted the poor from the dogs. He lifted the beggar from the dumb hills. God lift people. If you never see people God lift me. I came to Nigeria by road without transport. I was poor. If I show you some of my past pictures, you will like it. I was poor. People I came to stay with, they throw me away. I'm telling you, and today, God have lifted me. God has blessed me. I know you don't want to hear that. God have blessed me. Listen, God has blessed me. A friend of mine was telling me yesterday, Benin people are pride. If you tell them that God has provided everything, they will not give. I say, listen, I will not bring myself down because they are pride. If the God who called me to leave my fatherland to this place cannot provide for me, then forget it. Everything, if you serve God, watch it in Psalm 34 and verse 5, they look up to him and their face were enlightened and they were never ashamed. You cannot genuinely depend on God, I can tell you, and you will be ashamed. When craftiness and smartness, and you begin to listen to side talk, they are using you, they are playing you, that is where you lost it. Every man or woman must define the source. That is what it is. You must define the source. Give all your best to God. Give all your commitment to God. There will never be money in my account and I will ask you anything that the church needed. I will never, God will even punish me. I will now come here and say, okay, let's do flyers. Let's do this thing. I will always say that if the Lord lay your heart, be part of it. It has already been taken care of. It already been taken care of. Because listen to me, the God will bless him who is devoted to him. God cannot bless a stranger. Listen to me. Don't labor for meat that perish. Labor for God. Don't labor for meat that perish. John 6:27. He said, we labor not for meat that perish. Don't labor for meat that perish. John 6 and verse number 27. Labor not for meat that perish, but the meat which endureth to everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him God the Father hath seized. Let God become your purity, and he will prosper you. Let God become your purity, and he will prosper you. Strangers will handle unto you the wages of the strangers. Kings can serve you. If you think that God cannot prosper you, forget it. Listen, if you think that God cannot prosper you, forget it. One favor of a man who genuinely have served God, listen to me, is the favor, is a 1 year labor of a man who is in the field hustle. I'm telling you, one favor of a man who genuinely served God is 1,000 years labor of a man who forsake God. Who forsake God. When you serve God, listen to me, every man or woman pays salary to you in the name of God. You don't work for company, you work for God, and sons of men heart attend to you. When you are struggle, check your life. When things are being repeatable to you for more than what you expected, check your life. I'm not undermining a season of hardship. I'm not undermining a season of time. There are seasons that things will change. Because the Bible said there is a need to be patient. Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 36. There is a need to be patient after thou have done the will of God. But when it becomes your surname, when it becomes punctual in your life, then check your life. Are you that faithful for God? God bless them that serve him. God bless them that serve him. David said, when I saw the prosperity of the wicked, of the fool, then my heart was switched. When you are not in tune with God, you'll be waved by the prosperity of the fool. God bless any man that genuinely serve him. Praise God. If you can make up your mind to serve God by devoting your time and your commitment to God, God will bless you. See what it says in Luke chapter 12 and verse 37. Luke chapter 12 and verse number 37. Blessed are those servants. Blessed are those servants whom the Lord, when he comes, shall find watching. And I will say unto you that he shall guide himself and make him to sit at meat. And what? And comfort and serve him. God's blessing, God's reward are to his servant. God's blessing, God's reward are to his servant. Don't allow anybody attitude to draw you from serving God. Now listen to me. Don't allow anybody attitude to draw you from serving God. I was talking to a lady in the night around about 11 or so, and was telling me how foolish the husband is. I said the reason why you are wise is to cover the husband's foolishness. Yes, the proof of wisdom is your ability to solve a problem. Nobody would know that you have wisdom until it is in display. So if your husband is foolish, don't accuse God giving you a foolish husband. You pray for wisdom and God give you a problem. Use the wisdom to cover it. God bless people that serve him. I can beat my chest to tell you, God bless people that serve him. God is ready to build you everything and give you everything you need. Joseph feared God and serve him, and the Lord prosper him in a strange land. Listen, every successful thing you see, there's a spirit behind it. Don't go empty. Don't go. The reason why you seek for people help and they look at your face and say, come back, I will see you later. They are controlled. They are checkmating in the realms of the spirit. Except the Lord builded, the builder builded, in vain that builded.